Hi everyone, I'm Kalawa and this is Made Simple with us. Today we are moving to the second aspect of factorization in algebraic expression. And today we are going to be dealing with method of grouping. You can go back and watch the previous video where we talk about the common factors and factorization of algebraic expression. So today we'll be discussing more about method of grouping. Before we dive in, I just want to encourage you guys to subscribe to our channel, like our video, and share it to your friends, family. Share the channel. By that way, you can encourage us to do more video like this. Start to be the help to our channel. So now let's dive in. When we talk about method of grouping in factorization of algebraic expression, we say in method of grouping, short expression usually have four terms. They usually have four terms. The general method used to factorize short expression is to group the first two terms and the last two terms separately. So this is what they are saying about method of grouping. Method of grouping, most of the time, they are expressions that usually have four terms. So let's take example for you to see. Example. In this example, we are given x squared minus ax plus bx minus ab. So this is the expression that is given. So method of grouping is saying when we have short expression, we are to group them separately and then we factorize. So in other words, it's just like they're saying we should collect like term. That's the simplest form. You can understand it. To collect like term, to put them together. Letters that share the same variables or perhaps the same coefficient. It might not be the same coefficient, but you just collect like term, or we first of all group them separately. So if we are to group here, we'll notice that we are grouping this first aspect, x squared minus ax. We group them as one. And then we also group bx minus ab. This again is another grouping, right? So after we group this one, so what we do now is we factorize. Remember in our previous video, we talk about the common factor. So in this case, for the first grouping, the blue color, let's see what is common between them and then we take them out. So in this case, what is common between the two terms here is x. There's x squared here and there's also x squared here. So what we do is we take the x out and then what is remaining? Remember there's x squared and this first term. So if you take one x out, how many x will remain? It will remain just one x again, or we say just x. And for this aspect, we have already taken x out. So if we take x out, what will remain here is 0, nothing. There's no x there again. So only left out with minus a. So we have factorized these first two terms, and then we also factorize the last two terms. That's what the method is saying, method of grouping. So if we are to factorize the last two terms here, we can notice that we have b here and then B here, and both of the two terms. So we take it out. This is plus B, supposed to be plus B. So we take it out. So what will we remain now? If we have taken B out, it will only remain, for this first term, to remain X. So this is X minus, and what will remain here is A. X minus A. So we are done separating there, we have done factorizing. So what next again? You can notice that in each of the separation we did, we can see here X minus A is also the same as X minus A again in the second variable B. In X variable we also have X minus A. So in this case, we can only take one of these two terms. That is, you can take just X minus A, and then we group again. We group again the common factors that is outside the bracket. We have X here, and then we also have plus P here. So we are going to group them again as one. Group these two as one. So what is here now? This is X plus what? B. So this is what is known as common factor. The first step is we group them. We group them. Let me just write it this way for you to understand. We group. That's the first step. We group them. So if we group, let me use another color. This is grouping. After we group, what again we do, we factorize each term. So this is the factorize. We factorize each term. And then we separate the term. We separate the term. So follow this 3 steps to solve any factorization using method of grouping. So let's take again another example for you to understand clearly. Let me take again another example. Let's say this is again another example. Now let's say if we are given 3a squared plus 2ab minus 12ac minus 8bc. So if we notice here, we have 4 terms. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. And when there is 4 terms, we use what? The common, we use the method of grouping, or we can say we collect like term for a better understanding. So if we use the method of grouping, so what we do is we first of all group them together. We can notice we have A here, and also A here. So up to 3 terms, you can notice we have A. But in this 2 term, we can notice we have A squared and there's A here. But in this other term, we notice not just A, but we also have C, and then we have C here. So we group them together. So in this case, we are going to group A to A and C to C. So if we are to group now, we group now 3A squared plus 2AB. So this is one set of the group. So what next again we are going to group? We are going to group for minus what? Minus what now? This is supposed to be outside the bracket. Minus 12AC plus 8BC. Someone might want to ask, why do we change from this minus and we change it now to plus? That's an important question to ask. Now, in method of grouping, we always take note of the signs. Remember, factorization is all about doing the inverse. They know this is the answer, but they want to see how this answer is made up, what form this answer. So that's what factorization is saying. So we change the sign because when we multiply this sign into another sign, that sign must give us the question, the sign that is in the original question. So if we multiply minus times plus, it's going to give us minus. If we multiply minus times plus, it's going to give us minus. So that's why we change the sign. We cannot say minus times minus, it will give you plus. And the original question, we don't have any positive sign there. We have negative sign. So we change the sign because of that. So I hope I answered that question. If anyone is to ask why we change the sign. So we proceed. So after we are done grouping, what next? Can anyone remember? After we are done grouping, follow the step we want to factorize. So this is the first step. We call it, we say we group. So I can call it collect like term. Maybe that's better for you to understand. Connect like term. So the next step again, we now apply the common factor. After we have separated the term, we take each term and apply the common factor. So if we take this first term after we have group or we have collected like term, this first two term, which is what we can say the binomial r. So if we take this first binomial, we ask ourselves, what is common between these two binomials? The answer is obviously A. A is in the first term, and also we have A in the second term. So in that case, we take A out as the common factor. So if we take A out as the common factor, what will we mean in the first term? Remember there's A square. So whenever there's A square and you take one A out, always note that it will left with just another A, because the A square mean it is A multiplied by 2. So if you take one out, it will remain just A, not A square again, or neither 0. So we can say what? 3A. Of course, we don't take the number out. In this case, the coefficients here, they are different. This is 2 and this is 3. And there is no number here that can, okay, and even though there's number, but number other than 1, even though 1 can go into 3 without remainder, it can also go into 2 without remainder. But we ask ourselves if there's number other than 1 that can go in both coefficients, then that particular number is supposed to be known as the common factor. So we take that particular number out. But in this case, no, there's nothing like that. So we proceed. Plus, so what do we mean now? Remember, there's only one A. There's just a single A here. So if you take a single A out, meaning there will be no A left out. So what do we mean? It only remains plus 2B. And I hope we understand this. So we go again for the second binomial, or say the second set of the grouping. So if we go again, we can observe that in the second step of the grouping, we have C. We have C. Let me use another color. We have C here, and we also have C. And after which, what we do, we take the C out. We take the C out as the what? Common factor. But remember, after you have taken the variable out, which is common between the two terms, you ask yourself, the coefficient that is between, okay, the coefficient the coefficient that is common between the variable. Remember, we have two coefficients here. We have 12 and we have 8. So you ask yourself, among this coefficient, among 12 and 8, which number can you divide by 12 without any remainder? And that same number you can divide by 8 without any remainder. Is there any number? Yes, of course, there's number. So let me take this one outside. There is number. So I don't know, let me take it here. So there's number. So in this case, the number, we have 12 and 8. So you now ask yourself, which number? So first of all, let's deal with 8. We know 4 can be divided by 8. And then this same 4, you can use it to divide 12. So if you divide 4 into yourself one time into 8, 2 times. 4 into yourself one time into 12, 3 times. So this is what we are going to use, a 3 and a 2. It's what's going to be in the bracket, and the common factor here that divide both number is what? 4. So this is a common. This is common factor. So what we do with the common factor, we always take it outside the brackets. So this is supposed to be 4. So we have taken it out. So now we have 4c as a common factor. So what is remainder? Remember, we are dealing with c. So here, if you take c out, meaning that there will be left with no c. So this is obviously void. So what is in there? It is what? A. But remember, we have 12 here. How many times can you divide? What number can you multiply that can give you 12? So we say what? If we multiply 4 times 3, will give you 12. So it's going to be 3a. Because we may change the sign again. So we have 8 here. Remember, we are taking this 3 and the 2. I told you the 3 and 2, that's the two coefficient divided by, they're supposed to be in the bracket. Right, so we have already dealt with the 3, so what it means is 2. So in this second term, where we have 8bc, remember we have taken c out, so meaning there is void here, no c. So what I'm seeing now? We are only seeing b, or I can say only b that is remaining. So what we do is take the d, but not just the b, we also have 8. Remember I told you, after we have done our division, we take this division inside the bracket. So this is supposed to be what? 2b, to be closed. So this is what we call the second step is factorizing. So this is factorizing aspect. Then we name it, this whole thing, this is the factorizing aspect. It's in factorizing step. So let's go again to the other step. That is saying, we should remember this thing. We separate the term. So how do we separate the term? Now, we separate the term, meaning you can, if you observe this first variable a, or this first common factor a, and then we also have minus 4c, you can notice that the brackets, the terms in both brackets are the same. You can see here 3a plus 2b. You can also see 3a plus 2b. So we only take one bracket, that is 3a plus 2b. And then the common factor outside, we put them in another bracket. So that's how you separate them. So meaning we are going to take the common factor outside the bracket, this a, and then minus 4c, we put them again in another bracket. So this is going to be a minus 4c. So this is what we call method of grouping. So this is it. And remember, if we do the inverse of this, we will still arrive at the same answer just as the previous question. We arrive at the same answer: 3a plus 2b minus 4 minus 12ac minus 8bc. So let's prove it. Remember, that's one method again in factorization. Always prove your answer. So let's just see both. Let us prove this one. So if we prove it, it's going to be what? 3a plus 2b, and then we have a minus 4c. So what we do? We do the multiplication now. We say what? 3a into a minus 4c, a minus 4c, and then we also have 2b into a minus 4c. So we do the multiplication very quick. So 3 times a, 3a times a is going to be what? 3a square minus 3 times 4d is going to be what? 12ac plus 2 times 2b times a is going to give you 2ba, and then this same 2b multiplied by minus 4c, so plus 2b multiplied by minus 4c, plus times minus, this is minus, so 2 times 4, this is what? 8bc. So you can notice this was the question that was given to us. So when we do the inverse, we must arrive at the same question. So this is 3a squared minus 12ac plus 2ba minus 8bc. And when we look at the question again, is also the same. 3a squared plus 2ab minus 12ac minus. And I hope we understand this now. Right? So this is made simple with us in Kalawa. So like our video and subscribe to our channel. In our next topic, we are going to deal with the quadratic trinomial. So try to subscribe so you can get the notification earlier. So thank you.